Okay guys, welcome again to the latest update. As you can see, they're now all painted. I've been using standard artist's poster paint in order to create the effects that I need. Haven't drawn the details on yet because I'm just waiting for this stuff to dry. And now we're going to go on to the next stage, which is we are going to fill up the jar. Now, as you can see, the jar is ready to go. And what we're going to use is we're going to use a mixture. If you give me 2 seconds. Hello! So, we're going to use a mixture of model paint. So it's going to be a little bit of experiment. We're going to do red and brown because blood isn't just red and I need a darker colour. I'm going to use some PVA glue and we're going to use some water to hopefully get the effect that we want. Now, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add the water. We're not going to do too much because I kind of don't want, there we go, kind of don't want this too full, just in case it doesn't work. And then we're going to add, can you see the water? No. I'll keep lifting it up so you can see what we're doing. So I've got the red, so we're going to add the red in first. We might have to put a good fair amount in there. Just see if I can tilt this slightly so you can see. As you can see, we've got quite a nice little bit of red in there. I've still got some in there, which is good. I'm going to add some brown as well. Just a little bit of brown in there. What we're going to do, I'm going to use the end of this brush. Yes, I have a habit of, we're going to stir it all in. Oops, it's gone up kind of a little bit, but never mind. What I'm going to need is a tissue to get rid of, but we'll keep that stain in. You'll see why in a minute. Right. Blood, 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 blood. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of black poster paint because I want this to be quite dark blood, but notice it's only going to be a tiny little drizzle of black. The reason being is I don't want this to suddenly go very bizarre and weird colour. So there we go. So we've got our basic blood design. Now I want this to dry quite hard, which is where our beloved glue comes in. Add a good dollop on there. So the idea is that it's going to be a high ratio of paint to glue, but the glue is going to make this go quite solid, hopefully, and quite hard, because I really don't want this to be liquidy, because it might, just going to add a little bit more. A good dollop of glue in there. And when this dries, we should have quite a nice hard, bit more surface when this dries. We might need to get rid of some excess water. little bit. Doesn't matter if it goes very high. Now the plan is maybe a little bit more. Good. Dollop in there. Right. So the plan is, hopefully, is that this is going to dry, and it's going to dry with the glue in it. It's going to dry quite hard. Now if it stays liquidy, then we've got a problem, because then I'll have to put some hard cardboard in order to... Yeah, I need to wash my hands after. In order to get it the kind of liquid that I need. But in all honesty, if that stays completely liquid, then it's not going to be the end of the world. I may have put a little bit too much water in, so I may need to pour some of the water out. But I think hopefully maybe adds a little bit more glue in. But hopefully this should go quite rock hard, in theory. And then once I've done that, all I've got to do is add the details to my figures. So there's my hand. Oh, I forgot it was still dry. There's my sword, my little quill and pen, and my witch's hat. And when it dries, it should look fantastic. But that will be revealed in part 3. So join me in part 3, maybe tomorrow, where we'll find out for definite, fingers crossed, if this A has dried to the kind of perfection that I want, and see if I've managed to put the details on the figures, because we're going to put the figures in next. And also I've got one more figure I need to make. But until then, catch you later, guys.